Imagine this for a moment, your entire life spent trying to fit in you. VE worked relentlessly, striving for approval, shaping your identity to meet expectations that aren't even yours in the process, you. VE sought validation from others, feared judgment, and clung to the belief that your worth is measured by how others perceive you. But what if everything you've been taught about caring too much is actually holding you back? What if the key to true happiness, confidence, and success isn't in controlling every detail, but in letting go? Michel de Montaigne, a philosopher centuries ahead of his time, explored this paradox, deeply offering wisdom that remains just as powerful today. His philosophy is a guide to inner freedom, self-acceptance, and the art of living without unnecessary burdens. Montaigne challenged the very foundations of our beliefs about identity, success, and societal pressures. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why the moment you stop seeking external validation, everything in your life begins to fall into place. The struggle for validation. Think for a moment how much of your stress and frustration comes from trying to meet expectations that met even belong to you. How often do you hold yourself back because of the fear of judgment? How much energy do you spend worrying about things that in the grand scheme of life have little meaning? Montaigne's philosophy reveals a simple but profound truth: the more we let go of external pressures, the more we align with our authentic selves. He believed that life is unpredictable, that perfection is an illusion, and that self-acceptance is the highest form of wisdom. But here's where most people get it wrong: not caring doesn't mean being indifferent, lazy, or unmotivated. It doesn't mean withdrawing from life or ignoring your responsibilities. It simply means freeing yourself from the constant need for approval, the fear of rejection, and the exhausting habit of overanalyzing every action. It's about living life on your terms, being present in the moment, and realizing you don't have to prove anything to anyone. The paradox of letting go. Montaigne spent much of his life reflecting on the nature of human behavior. He noticed how often people are prisoners of their own minds, trapped in endless cycles of worry, self-doubt, and insecurity. He questioned why we allow the opinions of others to shape our decisions, why we cling to control when life is inherently uncertain, and why we chase an idea of success that's not even our own. Most importantly, Montaigne asked, what would happen if we simply stopped caring about these things? When you stop caring about being perfect, you begin to embrace your flaws. When you stop caring about external validation, you start living for yourself. When you stop trying to control everything, you create space for life to unfold naturally. And here is the paradox: the less you care about proving yourself, the more powerful you become. Think about the most confident, charismatic people you've ever met. Are they the ones who are constantly seeking approval, over-explaining themselves, and trying to be liked by everyone? Or are they the ones who seem at ease, unbothered by small worries, and unapologetically themselves? Authenticity and freedom. Montaigne understood this secret long before modern psychology confirmed it. People are drawn to authenticity. When you stop seeking validation, embrace your imperfections, and trust yourself, you naturally become more attractive, not just socially, but in every aspect of life. The moment you detach from the fear of failure or judgment, you gain something even more valuable: freedom. The freedom to take risks without overthinking, the freedom to express yourself without hesitation, and the freedom to simply exist without constantly measuring your worth by external standards. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. Once you let go of unnecessary worries, not only do you find peace, but things in your life start to improve. Relationships become more genuine, opportunities come naturally, indecisions become easier because they rebased on what you truly want, not what you think you should want. Releasing resistance. Montaigne's philosophy tells us that most of our suffering comes from resisting reality, trying to force life into a mold that doesn't fit. But when you release that resistance, everything begins to align. Think about this. How many times have you hesitated to speak your mind because you were afraid of what others would think? How often have you replayed conversations in your head, worrying about how you were perceived? How much of your life has been shaped by expectations that were never truly yours? Montaigne invites us to step away from these self-imposed limitations. He challenges us to embrace uncertainty, to accept imperfection, and to stop allowing fear to dictate our choices. And this is just the beginning. As we dive deeper into his philosophy, we will uncover practical ways to apply this mindset to your life, ways that will help you break free from mental barriers, make decisions with confidence, and truly experience the freedom that comes from letting go, embracing the philosophy, Montaigne's philosophy, ISN. Just an abstract idea. It's a practical guide to transforming the way you experience life. So what happens when you truly embrace this mindset? What changes when you stop chasing approval, worrying about every possible outcome, and allowing fear to dictate your actions? Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that most of the pressures weighing you down were never real to begin with. That the rules you have been following, the expectations you've been trying to meet, and the fears that have kept you stuck were all illusions created by society, conditioning, and your own mind. The power of surrender. Montaigne understood that human beings are naturally anxious. We constantly overthink, try to predict the future, and struggle against the unknown. But what if the key to happiness isn't in solving every problem, but in surrendering to the fact that some things are simply out of our control? One of Montaigne's most powerful lessons is this: the world will never fully understand you, and that is perfectly okay. Think about it. How often do we waste energy trying to explain ourselves, justify our choices, or prove our worth to people who may never truly see us? We hold back our true opinions to avoid conflict, suppress our desires to fit in, and constantly look outside ourselves for validation. But Montaigne reminds us that the only approval that truly matters is our own. Much of our suffering comes from caring too much about things that do not serve us. Montaigne observed how people tie themselves in knots over petty concerns, holding on to grudges, fears, and insecurities that ultimately add no value to their lives. When you step back, you realize most of these worries are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. The liberation of letting go. Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop obsessing over a problem, a solution naturally appears? Or that when you stop chasing someone's attention, they suddenly become more interested? This is no coincidence. It reflects a deeper truth. When you let go, life flows. But most people resist this idea. They believe that if they stop caring, they'll lose motivation. They think that letting go means giving up. But this is a misunderstanding. Not caring doesn't mean apathy or laziness. It means shifting your focus to what truly matters and freeing yourself from the weight of unnecessary burdens, the paradox of detachment. Montaigne encouraged us to embrace imperfection, not just in ourselves, but in the world around us. He understood that striving for absolute control is an exhausting, never-ending battle. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much we try to plan, prepare, or manipulate outcomes, there will always be things beyond our reach. So why not surrender to this truth? Why not accept that mistakes, failures, and uncertainties are simply part of existence? Consider how much lighter you would feel if you stopped trying to control every detail of your life. If you stopped overanalyzing every decision, if you stopped fearing failure, and instead saw it as just another step in your journey. Montaigne reminds us that every great thinker, leader, and artist in history has faced failure, rejection, and misunderstanding, yet they didn't allow these things to define them. They moved forward unbothered by the opinions of the crowd, because they understood that true success is not found in external validation. It is found in living authentically, embracing freedom and authenticity. When you adopt this mindset, people begin to notice. You become more confident, more magnetic, and more in control of your own life. Not because you're forcing anything to happen, but because you are no longer wasting energy on things that don't serve you. Have you ever wondered why some people seem effortlessly successful, while others struggle, despite working tirelessly? The difference isn't always in talent, intelligence, or even hard work. It's in mindset. Those who thrive understand that. Detachment from unnecessary worries allows them to focus on what truly matters, the true power of letting go. Montaigne's wisdom teaches us that the more we release, the more we gain. When we stop fearing failure, we take more risks. When we stop seeking approval, we become more authentic. When we stop trying to control everything, we allow space for unexpected opportunities to arise. This is why the philosophy of not caring, when applied correctly, is not about giving up, but about gaining freedom. It's about choosing where to direct your energy, focusing only on what brings meaning and refusing to be held back by distractions that have no real value to your life's conclusion. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, consider the profound impact Montaigne's philosophy can have on your life. The essence of his teachings, isn't about abandoning responsibility or giving up on goals. It's about freeing yourself from the constant pressure of external expectations and learning to trust yourself, embrace imperfection, and abandoning responsibility or giving up on goals. It's like a bar I'm selling of Simmons, I had a buzz of means that said I leaves dead and I wear I saw felon I surrender to the flow of life. Think about how much of your emotional energy is spent reacting to the opinions and actions of others. How often have you allowed someone else's judgment to shape your decisions or held on to resentment or disappointment that ultimately served no purpose? Montaigne teaches us that true peace comes from within. Once you stop measuring your worth by external standards, you become liberated from unnecessary anxiety. Imagine walking through the world unshaken by criticism, unafraid of uncertainty, and fully able to appreciate others without the need to control them. This is what happens when you stop caring about the things that truly matter. You start living authentically, embracing life as it comes, and finding joy in the journey, not in the destination. Letting go does not mean withdrawing from life or becoming indifferent. It means engaging with the world fully, but without attachment, without the constant worry, and without the need to force outcomes. It's about finding balance, caring deeply about what truly matters, your values, your purpose, and your inner peace, while releasing the things that drain your energy and serve no real purpose. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that no longer serves you? What fears, expectations, or attachments are weighing you down, and what would happen if you simply let them go? The greatest paradox in Montaigne's philosophy is that the more you stop caring about external validation, the more powerful and free you become by embracing uncertainty, imperfection, and detachment. You unlock the true potential of your life. It's not about giving up. It's about creating space for the things that truly matter to emerge naturally as you move forward. Consider what you can release today. Let go of the unnecessary weight that's been holding you back. Trust that when you stop caring about the wrong things, the right things will find their way to you. This is the true power of Montaigne's wisdom. By letting go, we find not just freedom, but a life of deeper meaning, fulfillment, and joy. Thank you for taking this journey. Now it's time to stop caring about the things that serve you and start embracing the life that's waiting for you to fully live.